Hello, how are you today? I hope everyone is well. I had some questions from the last video, and I just wanted to pop in and answer them. Um, Pertaining to the soul versus the spirit, if you are a human, you have a soul, okay? You have mind, body, and soul. If you are an angel, you have mind, body, and spirit. Jesus Christ, Yeshua, came to save souls. All right. Let's see what the next question is. This person is saying that this is a wrong teaching about my last video. I just want to say that the Holy Spirit is the one who guides me in the words that I say on these videos, and I take it seriously. I do not want to mislead anyone, okay? So pray about what you hear here on my videos, or I should say our videos. Pray about what you hear and then go from there. If you want to, you can leave questions in the comments, and I will try to answer them with the help of the Holy Spirit the best that I can. All right. This person says, the purpose of God allowing the Great Tribulation is so that Israel would come to see that Jesus that had come in the flesh was true. I've got something blocking this question. Hang on. Okay. That would come to see that Jesus that had come in the flesh was the true Messiah and punish them, I guess, for not receiving Christ when he came the first time as a man. Well, maybe in part. The tribulation is a 7-year period. It started in 2018, September of 2018, and it will go through to September of 2025. It is for his people only, because the Bible is written to his people. The tribulation is a period in which his Christ followers or his people will find themselves being abused. It will be like a 80% uptick in abuse because of Jacob's trouble. This abuse has never ever stopped, right? For the 400 years plus that we have been here under siege in this land we now call North America. But what I'm trying to say is the tribulation is for a certain group of people. So Caucasian America is waiting on a tribulation that will not happen for them. It is for the Hebrew people, okay? For black Americans, so-called black Americans. And what does it look like? Well, the Bible tells us that they will put their hands on you, that they will deliver you up in front of kings and judges and things in courthouses. They may throw you into prison. They will murder you, okay? This is for a certain group of people. There's an uptick that has already begun. People that are considered black Americans or African Americans, who, by the way, we are not from Africa. We are already in our own land. We're just under siege. But people considered to be African American or Black American, so-called, we are seeing an uptick in the beatdowns and the murder just openly displayed since the beginning of the tribulation, which is about 5 years ago. We are just now beginning our 6th year into this tribulation, okay? And after this year, we'll have one more year of tribulation. And as we go forward from this point, I think we will see this exponentially increase as we go forward, okay? Because everything is compared to a woman's birth pains, okay? When a woman is in labor, the travail, the pain, the intensity increases until that baby is born. Well, this is what's happening to us as a people in the tribulation, and we're also seeing the same thing in God's wrath, or the so-called natural disasters and things like that, okay? So for us as a people, the tribulation, we're already in it, okay? So I hope that answers your question. We got in this predicament long ago. You can read about it in Deuteronomy chapters 28, 29, 30. In there, God told us we could have either blessings if we follow His rules and things, or we could have cursing. All right? Our forefathers, did evil in the sight of God, and He took His hedge of protection from around us. Okay? We began to worship other gods, and we began to commit sexual sins, okay? And because of that, God turned His back on us and took His hedge of protection away, and this cruel nation from another land, they left their first estate and they came here and set up shop here in North America, and they began the siege on God's people. And that was the beginning of this whole, mess called Jacob's trouble. God told Abraham that we would go into captivity for 400 years, and American slavery, Jim Crow, marginalization, racism, beat downs just because of the color of your skin, poor schools and neighborhoods, and being put upon by the authorities. All of that and more is a part of Jacob's trouble, and it's lasted 400 plus years, and the tribulation is the end of that period, okay? And that's where we are right now. Okay, I hope that answers that question for you. This person goes on to say, the second reason God allows the 7-year period of tribulation is to punish the wicked. Well, I guess so. We are sinners, and yeah, I think I've already gone into that as much as I can. That's the knowledge that I've been given. All right. Then another question is, this person believes that the Great Tribulation has not begun yet because the church is still here. And we cannot be in the ending of the early part of the tribulation if it has not begun yet. All right, so, well, we're going to disagree on that part. The Lord has already told me that the 3.5-year Great Tribulation is now. The 3.5 tribulation, which total 7 years, okay, if you add both of those together, we've already had our tribulation. Now we're in the Great Tribulation, and it's an additional 3.5 years, and we're in the midst of that now, okay? And like I say, the Lord has told me it will end September of 2025. All right. So the Great Tribulation has actually begun. All right. Let me just say that. The church, what we have been taught, like millions of people will go. That is not correct. We have not been taught correctly about who God is taking with him. All right. Let me say this. The raptures are in like sessions, or it's a process. Each one of them is a process. Okay. So we have the barley harvest, which is the first fruits. Okay. Then we had the wheat harvest. Then we have the grape harvest, which has not happened yet. That's rapture of the bride, but that's one person. And then we have the gleaning. And the gleaning is those individuals who made it through the tribulation and did not die. And the only way that could happen is that they had the help of an angel or God himself, because they will be killing black people on sight. All right. And they've already started, from what God has told me, in the South, which is why he says everyone should leave the South and the West. You should live east of the Mississippi and north of Kentucky. Okay. So the gleaning is those individuals that make it through the tribulation, body and soul, still intact. Okay. Most of the people who are here still will be killed if you are black. That's what he's told me. Okay. So let me back up. And let me say this before I do that, before I explain the first two, the barley and the wheat harvest. Okay. When I say you're black, I mean you're human. Okay. Black people are created from the dust of the earth. Okay. The earth is brown. It's dirt. Dirt is dark. We are carbon based. Okay. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. Carbon is dark. All right. Humans are carbon based. Angels are silicon, or a lot of elements, pure energy, and they operate in frequency. Angels are different than humans, although an angel can put on the appearance of a human, and they can also sire children who we think are human, but they are not. These children that the angels have do not have powers like the original angels God created. Okay. Angels can have children on earth, but not in heaven. And they are all around us, descendants of angels. Okay. 89% of Caucasian America know exactly who they are. 11% of Caucasian America, they do not know who they are. All right. They think they're human. 100%, or I'll say 99% of black Americans do not know who they are. They do not know that they are the humans, and that Caucasians and Hispanics and Africans and Middle Eastern people and Asians, all those people are angels and angel descendants. Black Americans are a different group altogether. And that's why God placed us on this turtle island, now called North America. That's why he placed us here in Tartaria, Okay? We were supposed to remain separate from all the other angel groups, which includes what I just said: Asians, Africans, Europeans, Middle Eastern, Hispanic. All those other groups are angels. They're either angels, which can be divine or demonic, or they're Nephilim groups, which are angel-human combinations, which is forbidden, okay? So anyway, humans are the ones that the Bible is written to. So you have to keep that in mind. So if you are a human, you can be, it's a rainbow of brown, okay? You can be from the darkest hue to the lightest brown. And some Caucasian Americans are actually black, but they don't know it, all right? If you have dark eyes and very dark hair and you identify yourself as Caucasian American, then you are probably human, all right? And the people that hunt us down in this tribulation, they know exactly what traits, what genetic traits to look for. Your eyes, your dark eyes will give you away. And your dark hair, okay? You have to possess both, all right? So these are the people. When I say black, you're in your tribulation. Black Americans, anyone from the darkest hue all the way to the fairest brown, you are probably human, okay? Unless you're of African descent. Africans are an angel group, okay? So now let me go over these raptures again. We had the barley harvest, which was first, okay? That's the first fruits. It's just like a farmer harvesting his field. Some crops are ready before others. All right, the barley was first. That is 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe. Remember, these tribes are not lost. There's no 10 lost tribes. These tribes are now called Black Americans. Okay, the remnant of these. And remember, Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob had 12 sons. That's where these 12 tribes come from. They're all brothers. Okay? The brothers, generally, when you see a family of brothers and sisters, they are of the same race, which is the case here, right? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob had 12 sons. Those 12 sons have descendants. And that's where we get these 12 tribes from. And we get the 12,000 from each tribe. Okay? So 12,000 times 12 is 144,000. That's the barley harvest. It already happened. It happened in 2018. Okay? They said that there was an uptick then in missing people. Remember that they were all male, black males, virgins, right? Or sexually pure, meaning that they had not committed adultery in their marriage. They had not cheated in their marriage. And they remained pure until they were married. So they were mostly young adults or those who had remained sexually pure in their marriage, okay? Virgins or sexually pure, okay? So those 144,000 black male virgins or sexually pure were taken in over a period of time in the year 2018. This is what the Lord has told me. All right. The next harvest was called the wheat harvest, and that was the remainder of the tribe of Judah. Remember, God chose Judah, the fourth son. Judah is the tribe of Jews, what some people call Jews. All right. The other 11 tribes are not Jewish. They are Hebrew, but they're not Jewish. So Judah was taken in 2020. That whole, did I say another year? I meant the wheat harvest was taken in 2020, and it was disguised as something else because they needed to hide all those black people who just went up in the rapture. They're gone. Okay? Remember, America is the place of the Bible. Everything in the Bible happened in North America. Okay? True Jerusalem is New York City. So if you look back at the amount of people that have gone missing, black people that have gone missing, that are, look at the stats, okay? Black people are missing or gone, unaccounted for. That's why they deceptively call us a minority, so that as we go missing, nobody will think anything of it who is unaware of what's going on, because we're the minority after all, okay? So, that's two raptures, right? The barley and the wheat already happened. The next rapture is the rapture of the bride. The bride is not millions of people, okay? It's one individual. And that is the grape harvest, okay? The grape harvest. And I don't know when that's going to happen. I thought it was going to be in 2022, but I was wrong, So he has told me that the rapture of the bride has not happened yet. And then the very last rapture again is the gleaning. And that's when Jesus Christ comes in his second coming. You may call him Yeshua, Yehoshua, Jesus Christ. He is a very intelligent man and God. And he knows who you are talking to. So please don't get caught up in this name thing. All right? Just sincerely with your heart call out to him. If you call him Jesus or if you call him Yeshua. All right? As long as you're sincere, of course, he knows who you mean. So, at any rate, when he comes back at his second coming, then the gleaning will happen. So, there's only 2 more raptures left. And this is how I've been taught. This is how I understand it. Okay? So, we are definitely in the 7-year period that we call the tribulation and great tribulation. All right? Now, just understand that the tribulation is different from the wrath of God. The wrath of God is all these weather events, severe weather events that we've been seeing, and the so-called natural disasters. That's the wrath of God. And the wrath of God happens because individuals have mistreated his people, the black Americans, okay? And they continue to mistreat us. And they are getting punished for that, where they have set up shop in this country called North America, or on this continent called North America, where they have set up. They've left their first estate. All these different individual groups over here, angel groups, have left their first estate. They've crossed both oceans and they've come here. They are now getting punished because they have stolen the land from the true black Hebrew Tartarian people, now called black Americans. They have rewritten history and made it seem like it was exploration, or they didn't know about it. Remember, angels can fly around the earth in about 7 seconds, so there's no way they didn't know about this land called North America. Okay, so anyway, because of the mistreatment of his people, the wrath of God is happening to where they have set up shop here in North America. That's why you'll see like a random house be spared, but the rest of the houses in the neighborhood are burnt down or blown over or flooded or whatever. And you'll see one or two homes maybe in that neighborhood that didn't get affected. That's because someone with the right heart lived in those homes. Then everybody else got taken out, okay? That is the wrath of God. All right? So not only where they set up shop here will be taken out, but also the land that they came from. So for instance, Rome, Italy, the Italian people, now called Italians or whatever, when they came over here, God called them a cruel nation who pillaged and robbed this land, okay? And that is why not only will they be hit here, they also will be hit where they come from, okay? So here they set up in the New Brunswick area, the Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward, all that up there is the second leg of Rome. The first leg of Rome is the Vatican. Okay, so those areas will be hit. That's what the Bible says. Babylon will be hit, which is Florida. That's another place. You don't want to be in Florida. It's going to be hit by the wrath of God continuously and repeatedly. Another place is Assyria, which is now called South Carolina, Georgia, and Alabama. Those places will be hit with fire, flood, earthquake, tornado, and heaps of snow and hail, continuously and repeatedly. All right? You don't want to live in Egypt. Egypt is the southwest. You don't want to live over there either. Egypt will be hit. You can read about it in the Bible. All the places that God intends to hit because of the crimes against his people. So I hope that explains. Thank you so much for listening and for your questions. I pray that this is edifying, and God bless you. Until next time.